most students that I teach want to be able to do one thing. They want to be able to play freely across the fretboard. They want to be able to express themselves and sound, good. But the frustrating part is many feel they have the knowledge, but they don't know how to apply it musically. Like David here, who is midway through one of my programs, and he's already smashing it. Now, David knew the 5 pentatonic shapes. He had an understanding of triads, but he struggled to create anything that sounded musical. That's until we started working on a few tricks that almost instantly improved his playing, and his guitar pieces started to sound much more melodic. So what is David doing differently? I'm sure you guys would like to know. So today I thought I would share my most recent lesson with him so you can start playing more melodically too. So today I'm going to break down the 2-chord trick. This is a very popular lesson that I share with all my students that gets you to play up and down the fretboard in a very musical way. So all we need to do is take 2 chords, find them in 2 different areas of the fretboard, and then use the pentatonic scale to create something musical that mashes it all together in some kind of melodic fashion. Now, I'm going to show you that today. Now, I say it all the time, the best way to unlock the fretboard, the quickest way, is to understand the connection between triads and scales. And piece by piece, the fretboard opens up to become a canvas of untapped potential. Alright, and today we're going to look at one of those pieces, which is going to be in the key of E. We're going to take these 2 chords, we're going to look at an E, we're going to look at a C sharp minor. Okay, now I'm going to be playing this in a beginner friendly way. So I'm going to be using this power chord shape for C sharp minor, which is just 4, 6, 6. And I'm also going to be playing the rest of the strings open because you can do that kind of thing in the key of E. It just sounds lovely, especially on the acoustic guitar. I love that, right? So we've got E and C sharp minor, and then we're going to play the same chords up here. We've got an E, we've got an A shape for E, which means we've got 9, 9, 9. It's not an emergency, just a triad. Sorry, that was bad. Alright, and then we're going to play our C sharp minor like this, which is 11, 11, 9. Alright, and again I'm using the open strings here, so we've got this really lovely voice. And alright, so there are 2 chords, our E, our C sharp minor, our E, and our C sharp minor. And now all we really need to know to connect the dots, so to speak, is to understand the pentatonic scale attached to those particular chord shapes. Now, we're going to be playing E major pentatonic, which is exactly the same as C sharp minor pentatonic, believe it or not. They are twins. Okay, relative major and minor. That's another lesson for another day. But when you've got the E shape right here, when you pick your middle finger up to the low E string, we are in shape 3 pentatonic, or pattern 3 pentatonic, should I say. Alright, so we can make this little move. We get open E, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. We can slide that up into pattern 4. We go up to 6 here. 4, 6. And we're not going to go any further than that. That's enough. And we can use this shape to connect these 2 chords together. Okay, more on that in a second. I want to move on to the next shape. Alright, see how we can just move up, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. Right, move up to the pentatonic scale here, because here is something that we should all pretty much know by now, which is pattern 1 pentatonic. Alright, which is 9, 12, 9, 12, 11, 9, 11, 9, 11, 9, 12, 9, 12. If I can get it, if I can learn it first. We're playing E major pentatonic, so the root is the E here in 12th fret, the 9th fret of the G, the 12th fret of the high E as well. Okay, we've got all those chords in that pentatonic pattern all in that area. I've also got pattern 2, which works as a little extension. Okay, so the next step I want to do, and sorry if I'm rushing through this a bit, I just want to make sure that I'm not going too slow, but we want to create a little motif. Okay, now what I suggest is that you take what I'm doing right here and you use that as like a base, a foundation for your own exploration on the fretboard. Okay, this is something that I teach to my students and I preach, is get your fretboard boots on, take this stuff and start to make it your own. This is exactly what I do. I take the scales and the shapes and I come up with something. Once you start doing that, that is where you will start to become the guitar player and not the guitar copier. Okay? So, we take an E chord, right, and we're gonna, all I'm really thinking about is I want to connect this bass note to this bass note. So I can go there, right? And I can just start messing around with that scale. I could do something like this. There we go. Okay, that's my little motif, my little lick. Alright, I'm going to go 2-4 on the A, 2 in the D, slide up from 4 to 6, and then I'm going to land on that root note with my index finger, so that allows me to go nicely into that chord. You don't need to play notes all the same and loud, you can play them nice and soft. Add some drama to it, alright? Okay, and then I want to take that idea, this is the next step, and then you want to find the octave up here, right? So we're playing in a higher position in the fretboard, but I can find the exact same notes, because I'm using the exact same 5 notes, the exact same scale, just a different pattern using the exact same notes. Alright, so I could go 9 to 11, or I'll play the E chord. 9 up to 11, 9, 11, and slide up to 13. Then I'll play my C sharp minor like that. So, okay, so let's add something a little bit more to that to bring it all together, right? So I could do this. I'm not going to play an E chord. Let's bring it back. Okay, so one thing I did there, I just slid back 6 to 4, 2, then again 4, and back again. I think I did that anyway, so probably changes every time I play it, but again, this is the whole point of the exercise, is to use the scale to create something a bit musical, right? And of your own. Okay, another thing I did there, get that little move there, 2 up to 4, 2 up to 4 on the D string as well, hammer on pull off, and back to 4 on the A. And the cool thing is, right, regardless of where your fingers are, you can just hit that bass note, it gives you time to get into the E chord. And again, you'll see me, I'm playing the same kind of thing a little bit differently every time. Alright, and now, watch, I'm going to do something different this time, right? So I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to slide up into the next shape. Okay, because I've got that in my head, I can see the visual stuff happening. I'm like, oh, okay. So I play the first lick, into C sharp minor. And then as I come back into the E again, alright, I can come right into that shape and play a little lick, In this case, I'm sliding up to 11, 9, 11. Little hammer on, pull off, 9, 11. 11 on a D. And then I can just come right into that E chord. Alright, so. Alright, and then play another little lick there. And I could use this little shape to do something as well. Alright, and just let your creativity take over. Try a few different things and see what works. Alright, so let's see. Alright, I could go on and on, guys, but I just wanted to share the method behind the madness. Alright, and again, that's just one little piece. When we do this with chords and the scales, time after time, we build up the reps, we build up the muscle memory, and it all eventually comes together. Talking about putting the work in, if you really want to get some fast progress on the guitar, if you want to be able to play up and down the fretboard and be an expressive musician, I do have some spaces open for my 90-day coaching program, so you can check that out. It's in the description or around here, and we can have a chat. Otherwise, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.